All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Tennessee Titans. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Wait, set, 53! 56, check, 56. Not here! 6 guys, check 6 guys. 72. Check 3. 450.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. Check it out, read. Undercrush. You draw Porkers.
They run it with Carson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's put that team on the hunt. 72. I'm going 37 to Mike 37. 72.
From the gun, it's Brady. Jordan Reed has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 22. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
This is Carson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Titans! Chris Carson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Hey, 319! 54! Defense! Jump out! Slam! Joker!
This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Switch.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. It's picked up by the Titans. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Let me go.
Here's Carson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Freeman. And able to work his way down to the 16. And he'll be close to a first down at the Charger 16. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On third down, it's Carson. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there.
High 7.
56. Months 50.
Regular.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On second down now, it's Mack, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, 3rd and long.
36. Roll me.
Jet bomber. Jet bomber.
Check 24.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
No. Blue 58. 54.
Mike, 54. All day, baby.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's our field. It's our field.
Rodgers now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Back.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now, here for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking for Campbell downfield. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady, and he finds the tight end, Reed. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit to tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
I'm coming.
Second reload.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 30 before it's all said and done. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Hey, check it. Check it.
It's a give to Freeman running right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You better bring it.
Now it's Carson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Motion! And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
I got him.
And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
You run.
Check it. Reload. Go Bandit.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 18.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go! And we're going 37.
They'll try the left side. Carson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Now it's Freeman. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. And Forbath will put this one through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. On first down, Rodgers. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers now throwing again. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Chargers.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All day, just like that. Just like we do.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to fire one, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 11, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
We got to step it up. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. I got you, son. I got you.
Hey, Foxtrot.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. There's a corner now.
53, Linda.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
53, Linda.
Now on second and 13, Brady. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Target.
What do you hit?
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Right there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
29, Alpha.
Focus, defense, focus. Motion.
There we go. 37's the
Alert.
Here we go.
Hey, Alpha.
37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Rip left.
There we go. 37.
Alpha.
On second and 12, Brady, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Yards to go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They run the counter. Freeman. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up fourth down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
37-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
319.
Right there, 56. Here I come.
Back north.
53.
Throwing on second down. Rodgers. Able to find the rookie from Ohio State, Paris Campbell. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They come up in an offset eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Mack. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Paris Campbell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Mack. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Shadow!
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Check the tight end, check the tight.
Hey, wahoo!
From the 22, Brady dancing away at the 30, completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, go 66.
The first run for the backup, Abdullah. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home. Hey, orbit. Alert.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Wait, that 53.
56.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Go 50. Hey, Haywood.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Hey, pick your game up.
From the 40 now on second down. Brady escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Green 18. Get the ball.
Titans Ringo. Titans on Ringo. Titans.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Rodgers now operating from the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And now it's second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it 24-13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Brady now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Let's go, defense.
Regular.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
go.
I'm coming after you. And we're going 37's to Mike. Mike 37.
Sugar, sugar.
And we're going 37's to Mike. Mike 37. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. And we're going 37's to Mike. Mike 37. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Heavy two.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He hits Beasley right side. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On the run, Abdullah. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 56 right there.
Hey, Shadow.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Brady. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
They'll run here. Abdullah. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Hey, 66.
Mike 56. Mike 56. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Mike 56. Mike's 56.
Hey, Alabama.
56.
To throw is Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Bandit.
On 3rd down, Brady. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Nelson Aguilar. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Forbath to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's 3rd down.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Now a carry from Mack, and he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. A defensive, and my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The intended receiver there, Allen. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball right here.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Titans on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Finds a seam inside the 40. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there.
And this is caught. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Chargers. Tucker with the extra point, and that will get them one closer. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Titans, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
There ain't no time, listen. Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They Ella they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick then he with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch,